I'm sorry. I totally woke up like 5 minutes ago. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I was tired, so I sleep, and then sleep become too comfortable. So then sleep too comfortable becomes sleep too long, and sleep too long becomes it happens. Okay, it happens. I'm sorry. I completely forgot to turn the BGM down. Can you tell how sleepy I still am? I'm alright, don't worry. Alrighty. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. 皆さんこんにちは、そしてこんばんは、リオです。どうも。How is everybody on this wonderful, what day is it? Wednesday? How is everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? I didn't realize today was Wednesday. I genuinely thought today was Thursday for a moment, cause I think it's because of the long weekend. Which is why I thought it was gonna be which is why I thought tomorrow was gonna be Friday. I don't know why though. But yeah. It's there, you know. It's there. But yes. Hello everybody, welcome into the stream. Welcome. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday. I hope you guys have a wonderful time zone. I hope nothing too stressful has happened to you guys so far. And before we start, I'm gonna pop my bottle of water. Oh yeah. All that air coming out of this bottle, oh my god. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. So, oh god, I've been like, so like for the past couple of weeks, I've been getting like the completed skebs of commissions that I've been requesting. And oh my god, I've never been so excited to get skebs, guys. I've never been so excited to receive skebs that I have commissioned personally. I don't know what it is, but I just get really, really excited when I get my skebs. Cause I feel like I've definitely I've achieved something and the result has come through. And I feel so happy about them. You guys will actually see them like starting to appear in like thumbnails and socials and stuff, like in like the coming few days and stuff. But oh my god, I got so excited. I got really, really excited when I got my skebs the other day as well. They all look really, really pretty. They look really pretty, and I'm really happy about it. I really am. I keep banging on about them. I keep banging on about my skebs, and I'm just kind of like, they're so pretty. I can get over there. I'm so pretty as well, and I'm so happy. But honestly, I also got really, really excited today when I saw the dakugaki from my mama. I was so happy. Oh my god, my mama is doing like the fact that my mama's doing an illustration for me. I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. She's pretty for her. I'm so bad. I'm so inaudible today. I don't know what's going on, but I'm very, very happy. I just love illustrations, guys. They're so cool. I just love illustrators. They do such good work, and it's just they can make anything into reality, which is what I respect a lot. Like a lot. I think it's so good that they can they literally can make something out of thin air and make it so beautiful. I respect them so much. I mean, I guess I'm sort of one, but I'm not like a fully fledged one, and I'm just kind of like, yeah. I wanna draw better. I wanna draw better. Somebody teach me how to draw better, please. But yeah. いや、最近はね、最近スケブのイラストレーターさんの完成したなんだろう、イラストが全部じゃなくてまだいるけど、完成したイラストが届いてるんですよね。私めっちゃ好きですよ、そういうもの。めちゃめちゃ好き。スケブはね、本当になんかイラストレーターさんがめっちゃ尊敬してますよね。だってなんか人からこうしたいなというなんか依頼を来て、その情報からこんな素敵なイラストを描いて、本当にすごいよね。すごいと思いますよ。めっちゃすごいよ。本当にすごい。たまにはね、説明不足が、まあ説明不足も時もあるんだけど、そうね。そういう時はね、本当に申し訳ないけどな。でもね、説明のなんか依頼の説明の中でこんなすごいなイラストができるのはね、すごいなと思いますよね。本当に。I just think illustrators are amazing, guys. I think they're great. They're so good. I want to be like that. It's a dream of mine to be able to make pretty illustrations, honestly. But yeah. Other than that, I think my week has been. I've had a really weird week. I won't lie. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst. I think that's one way to put it. There's definitely been some times where it was rough, but I'm over it now, and there is nothing to worry about. There's nothing to worry about. I'm yeah. I'm just very happy. I was really happy today, just to get all the stuff done today and more stuff done. And there was just a bunch of stuff that happened, and I was like, it's happening. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, this is happening, and I'm very happy about it. And I was very happy today, I won't lie. I got a lot of stuff off my chest today as well. So that was very refreshing. I feel bad. I feel bad for the guy that had to take the other end of it though. But hey. Yeah. I mean he was not, I don't think he was part. No, he wasn't part of it, but yeah. He was very kind to listen as well. Oh yeah. But yes, enough about me and my rough week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here to do something. We're here to do one thing and one thing only. not one thing and one thing only, but like, you know. We are here to do what I have wanted to be doing on Twitter for literally every single week, but because I was afraid of spamming you guys literally every week about this show and talking about it every week, I have decided to put it all into one stream and do it all in one go. Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be talking about the Apothecary Diaries. I'm so excited. Look, okay, here's the thing. I really like the Apothecary Diaries, okay? I really like the Apothecary Diaries. I have actually, hang on. Let me go through this one. Let me actually share my timeline to you guys about how like I really got into Apothecary Diaries. So I first, how should I put this? Okay. So I first watched Apothecary Diaries when it came out, like first episode. When I think I watched it like from probably from when the second or third episode came out first, cause there was just not enough time to do so. There was just not enough time to be like, you know, I can watch this and I can watch that and stuff during that time. So I literally watched it during... I started catching up with the show roughly around when episode 2 and episode 3 came out. And then when episode 4 came out and episode 4 finished, because episode 4 was so good in my mind, I was like, I need to figure out what happens next. And then I basically went to get the manga next. So I think it's the BG manga. Yeah. So I basically went to the BG manga next, and then I started reading the manga from there, starting from episode 4, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cute, this is so good. And then I just kept going and kept going and kept going until to a point where before episode 5 even came out, I already caught up with the BG manga before episode 5 came out. And just to show the timeline of things, the BG manga is well ahead of where the manga is. I think in this first season it covers volume 1 to 8, I think it is. Yeah, it covers volumes 1 to 8 of the manga, of the BG manga, and there's currently 13 volumes of the BG manga, which is crazy. So we are quite far ahead in terms of the manga. And then after episode 5 came out and how beautiful episode 5 was, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna read even further. I'm gonna go even further and figure out what the heck is going on. So from where the BG manga stops kind of, or at least where I caught up to in the BG manga, I managed to basically figure out where it began through the light novels and stuff. So I started reading the light novels. Now I started reading roughly around volume 4, I think. Yeah, I started reading around volume 4, and I started reading around volume 4, and I am currently on volume 10. Now that's a lot of words to read. That is a lot of words to read. I am not kidding. It is a lot of words to read from volume 4 to volume 10. And hilariously, I did that in maybe like a month, roughly? Yeah. I did it roughly in a month, and I was just kind of like, oh, I'm very invested in this. And I got really, really excited as well, because as I was reading the light novel, like the first cour of season 1 was still going on. Like, definitely was still going on. So every time I was reading the novel, like I was reading the light novel and watching the season like go through and stuff, I was like picking out kind of like all the information and stuff, and why this stuff happened, why that stuff happened. Of course, like, you know, no spoilers or whatsoever from the light novels and stuff, but like, oh my god, it makes so much sense. Like, a lot of things make so much sense after it, and at the same time, a lot of things are like, the story just gets so much more interesting. 100%. The story just gets so much more interesting after that. But yeah, I just like, I basically like binged all 3 mediums through in like 2 months. And then before cour 2 started, I was like, you know what, I should actually just enjoy cour 2. And then cour 2 started, and then I just basically caught up with it every week. And then it came to Lost. It came to Lost Saturday? Yeah, it came to Lost Saturday when the Lost episode aired, and oh my god, that Lost episode, guys, that Lost episode is my Roman Empire. That episode is 100% my Roman Empire, 100%. I love it so much. And the fact that there's gonna be a season 2. I'm so excited. Guys, the story gets really, really good from here, okay? I swear, it really does. It really does get good from here. 100%, I swear. I swear it does. It really does. There's just a bunch of stuff that happens after the... Like, there's a bunch of stuff that happens in the next arc where the anime's left off, and the fact that we're getting it animated in season 2 of the Apothecary Diaries, I'm really, really excited. It's so good. It is so good. I cannot preface how good it's gonna be. I really can't preface how much, like, how good it's gonna be. I can't wait. 100%. But no, today we are going to be talking about the first season and the 24 episodes that have happened. I have the anime stuck in my mind because I think I've watched it maybe over like 2-3 times as a cycle, and then I've got the manga with me as well. I actually have the manga beside me. I don't know if you guys can hear the book flips and stuff, but I actually have the manga next to me as a referencing source. But yes, we are going to be talking a lot about Apothecary Diaries today, guys, and just how incredible the show is. I really, really enjoyed the show. 100%. I really, really did. そうやね。まあ、なんだろうね。なんか薬屋の、なんだろう。なんかいつから薬屋の独り言からめっちゃハマってた時はね、アニメが始めた時、多分第3話かな。私は第3話から始めてて、なんでしたっけ、第3話が出た時アニメを始めてて、その後はね第4話を見てて、第4話から見ててからストーリーがめっちゃ楽しめてたから、そこから漫画を読んでたんですよね。読み始めたBG の漫画から。そこから多分1週間で第5話から まあ第5話が出ていない時、まあ出て前で漫画も全部読み切ったわけじゃなくて最新話までを読んでてその後は第5話を見てて第5話の後でライトノベから読んでたんですよ。うん。ライトノベがなんだろうね。ライトノベがめっちゃ読んでたんだよね。うんうんうん。結構漫画のストーリーのところから離れてたんですよ。うんうん。結構進みました。うんうんうん。めちゃめちゃいいストーリーですよ。結構面白いですね。うん。めちゃめちゃ面白いよね。そうそうそう。でも、そうだね。あとはね、このアニメ先週で終わっててシーズン2が決定しましててめっちゃ嬉しいですよ。めちゃめちゃ嬉しい。なぜかというとねアニメの終わったところでこれからのストーリーはねめっちゃ面白いと思うよね。結構なんというかなネタバレが言いたくないけどねネタバレが言いたくないけどとにかく結構なんだろうね深いではなくて本当に面白いよね。うんうんめっちゃ面白いと思うよ。うんうんなのでこれからアニメがなんだろうねアニメのストーリーがめっちゃ楽しんでいるのね。うんうんうんそうそうそうでも今日はですねシーズン1を語ろうなと思いまして今日はですねアニメを見たの情報と隣の漫画の情報で今日の配信をやっていきたいなと思います。はい、今日はただ好みの配信ですよね。雑談をしながら好みの配信をやっていきたいと思いましたね。はい、それでは今日の配信もよろしくお願いします。Hello, welcome to the street. Welcome. I was just talking about how I got into Apothecary Diaries and stuff, and kind of how I really got into it and how into it I am. Guys, it's a really good show. Okay, I really like this show. I really do. It's just so good. Oh my god, I need to drink more water. I was also quite late, I won't lie, to the stream. Because I totally didn't wake up 5 minutes before the stream happened. I totally didn't wake up 5 minutes before the stream happened. I was tired, okay? I was very tired. But yes, we are gonna go and talk about the order. Yes. Oh my god. Right. Let us start from the beginning. So where do we begin? Let's start with oh my god, there's so much to talk about. Oh my god, what the heck should I do? Oh yeah, I feel like I should at least explain kind of what Apothecary Diaries is and kind of like what the show entails. So basically, for those who haven't watched Apothecary Diaries is basically a show about a young apothecary. It's basically about a young apothecary that basically gets kidnapped to work in the palace as a servant girl, and because all the servant girls in the palace are basically well, I think it's established in the show, but all the servant girls in the palace are basically illiterate and they can't really read. But Mao Mao is like smart. She's smart. So she basically gets kidnapped to go work at the palace, and there's just a bunch of mysteries that happen down in the palace and stuff, and Mao Mao basically goes off on her instinct and just really likes to just like solve these mysteries and stuff, which basically grabs the attention of a lot of higher ups in the palace, which then allows her to go on this wonderful journey of solving mysteries as an apothecary and using her knowledge to the fullest, while kind of figuring things out along the way and stuff. That was probably the worst way of me to like explain the whole story, but yes. That is literally the gist of the story. But yeah, so we start from episode, well, of course we're gonna start from episode 1. We start from episode 1 where basically they kind of establish who Mao Mao is. So Mao Mao is the green-haired little girl. She's the green-haired little girlie from the beautiful streets at Vertiger's house, which is a let's just say it's the red light district basically, and basically she was born and raised there with the 3 princesses of the Vertiger's house. And she basically lived with her adoptive father in a hut behind the red light district house. And let's just say Mama is a very she's a very smart kid. 100%. She's a very, very smart kid. 100%. She is. I think in the show they actually established her to be. Actually, no, I don't think they actually established her to be how old. I don't know if they actually established how old she is in the show. Now that I think about it, I think in the light novels they do, and if I remember correctly, I think she's 17. I think she's 17 in the show. Yeah, I think she's 17 in the show because it's then established that Jinshi is 18 in the show instead of a 24-year-old eunuch. But yeah, she's a very young apothecary. She's got a wild mind, and she just loves to go solving mysteries. And you think I got the point across? Thank you. I hope I did. Mamo is best girl, 100%. Mamo is definitely best girl. I feel like the 2 best girls this anime season that has just finished is that Mao Mao is definitely one of the best girls this season, but at the same time, Yuki from A Sign of Affection is 100% another best girl of the season. Yuki is so cute. Yuki is adorable. Honestly. She's so adorable. I can't. I know I'm supposed to be talking about Apothecary Diaries, but Yuki is also so adorable. She is adorable. Oh my god. Hold on. Oh no, hang on. There we go. Okay. But she is adorable. But yes, I 100% agree on Mao Mao being best girl. 100%. She is like she's in her own little world. But the fact that she's in her own little world and still is able to connect with reality and help whatever is happening in reality is amazing. It's crazy. I think she's just really, really smart. She has very high IQ, unlike myself. You guys haven't seen A Sign of Affection? It's so cute. If you guys want to learn like sign language as well, like a little bit of sign language or like Japanese sign language, A Sign of Affection is actually a really, really good show to like get like a couple of words to learn. She's basically Batman without the martial arts. I mean, yeah. She's doing it for the sake of whoever, and I appreciate that. She's got no bias. She's only working off the miracles of medicine and herbs because she loves picking them. She loves picking the herbs, guys. She loves to go around picking them up and just storing them in different places and thinking about how she's gonna use them, whether it be a bug, whether it be just a piece of grass. She's got, you know, she's got a lot, like, you know, she's definitely got a lot going on. I love that about her as well. I really love that about her. I just love how passionate she is about the stuff that she likes. That is what I love about her. I just love how passionate she is. 100%. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome. 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 いらっしゃい。配信にいらっしゃい。Season 2 was confirmed. I know. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that season 2 has been confirmed. I'm so happy. I like the fact that, like, I don't know how many of you guys have like caught up with the whole season just of yet, but knowing what happens in the upcoming arc and the characters that have actually been established and stuff, I'm really, really excited. Let's just say big things are about to happen. I won't say any spoilers today. I won't say any spoilers, and I'm gonna keep all my conversation today within the anime because like, at least I'm gonna keep it within the anime, but I'm also gonna quote stuff from the manga as well because oh my god, because like a lot of the stuff is also like basically kind of like panel to panel from the anime as well. From what no, the manga is also panel to panel to the anime as well. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be quoting from the manga, or at least how much the anime has covered in the like how much the anime has covered the same amount as the manga, I will be quoting from there as well because it's basically the same thing. Basically, it's basically the source. It is basically the source. So I'm gonna be quoting from both sides. I'm like, the main base is gonna be the anime because I know there are people who have actually watched the anime, but there's probably people who didn't chase it up on the manga as well. So I'll be doing most of my knowledge from the anime, and it's definitely an anime I've watched maybe over like 2 or 3 times. I am not kidding. It is definitely a manga that I have, not manga, it's definitely an anime that I've watched a good cycle of 2 or 3 times, and the manga itself I am very, very far forward, so I'm very, very excited to be talking about this today. I really am. But yes, so we start off with so we started with episode 1. I think we should start off with episode 1 at least. We can start with episode 1. So basically episode 1, if I remember correctly, episode 1 starts with establishing who Mao Mao actually is, and then ends with her basically getting the job of being a servant in the Crystal Palace, think it is. I think it's the Crystal Palace. Or is it the Jade? Is it Jade? I forgot if it's Jade or Crystal. Why am I forgetting about that? I think it's... Well, it's basically... She basically gets a job being... Oh, not a servant. She gets a job being a poison taster for Gyokyohi. She basically solves a mystery about like the white like the whitening powder of makeup in the first season, and basically gets the job of being a poison tester for Gyokyohi at the end of episode 1. That is what I remember now. Yes, that is what it is. 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 So that roughly, I think that roughly covers the first 2 chapters of the manga. Yeah, it covers the first 2 chapters of the manga. It definitely does, and it's just, it's the bit where Rifa Hime and Gyokyohi are like fighting, where it's like, you know, like I think it was like Rifahi's son didn't make it through birth because he got like poisoning through the face powder that they were using, but Gyokyohi and like their servants figured it out in the end, and that's why Gyokyohi's daughter like lived at the end. And then like Rifahi got like really angry and stuff, so there was like a whole feud about it. And then at the end they basically figured out that Mao was the one that warned them about the face powder. So at the end, Mao got a promotion, and you know what? Good on her. Good on her. I also love the bit in the first episode where Jinshi basically just calls her out with the piece of paper that he just wrote. Cause literally the servant girls in the rear palace can't read. They're all illiterate. That's why the one way he could literally pick out Mao from the whole crew, like from the whole like team of like servant girls, was literally just to write on a piece of paper, the girl with the freckles, you need to stay here. And it's just that thing where she got so baffled to the point where she didn't even realize that everybody, like all the girl servants, could not read except for her. That's how she got called out. I think that was so smart on his, like, I thought that was so smart on his behalf, honestly. I thought it was so smart on Jinshi's behalf. Look, you guys know I'm down bad for him, okay? You guys know I'm down bad for Jinshi for a very, very long time, okay? I'm very, very down bad for that man. But listen here, he's got a smart brain, you know? He's very, very smart. Jinshi's smart, even though he's kind of a child, but he's very, very smart, you know? There's a reason why he is the, there's a reason why he's the eunuch that runs the rear palace, you know? Yum, yum, yum. That was so funny. I love that bit of the show. I just love the bit where, like, she figures out that she got called out, and then she was literally about to run away, but Jinshi was just like, nah, come back. I was like, come back. He was like, you read it, right? Like, you read the piece of paper. You read the piece of paper. You're gonna come with us now. You find him really annoying for a lot of the show? No, he's really good. I mean, oh my gosh. I feel like, to be fair, I feel like in the first core of the season, it might have been a thing where a lot of people found him slightly annoying. I completely understand why. But then I feel like in core 2, it's definitely established a lot more about him. It's definitely like, it's definitely established a lot more about him, and kind of his background and kind of who he really is. And I feel like in season 2, a lot of people just love him a lot more because, you know, knowing what position he is, knowing who he kind of is now, and all the speculation and stuff, I just think it's he's definitely you know, it's definitely in the books of him, like, you know, he's definitely one to adore more in the second core of the season. 100%. He gets better, but for now he needs to earn your support. Oh, I want you to believe in Jinchi. Believe in Jinchi. Just believe in him. He's a really good guy. Okay. I feel like in season 2, guys, in season 2 you're gonna love him even more. 100%. Oh my god. I don't want to say, oh my god, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything, but let me just say this: you're gonna love him more in season 2. 100%. You're gonna love him even more. He grows on you, definitely. 100%. Oh my god. He grew on me on the first episode, man. He grew on me on the first episode. I love that. That's a bit, you know, I'm here for that, man. 100%. Wow. But yeah. I love Jinchi, man. I love there's just so many theories about why he is why he is the way that he is. And I feel like it's definitely there's a lot more that's been revealed about Jinchi in the second core of the season. 100%. I feel like we get a more in-depth view of who he actually is, because in the first core of the season, it was definitely one of those where it's like, oh my god, he's just a eunuch that runs the rear palace, and he's weirdly has a lot of time on his hands, so he's always with Mamo and stuff trying to figure out the mysteries. But no. In like the second core and stuff, we actually see him with the Emperor, and like we actually see him in costume. Maybe costume is probably the right answer, but like we see him in like different costumes where like we then realize that he is actually of a higher status. That is like the one thing I love about the second core, is that we finally established that Jinchi is not actually who he seems, because I feel like in the first core of the season he was definitely a very vague, not like a very vague character, but like we definitely got a very vague view of who he was or who he is. And then in core 2 we were like, you thought he was this person, well he's actually kind of this person, and he's actually like a lot more important than you think. And then there was a bit in the season where like there's just like I feel like it's touched on slightly in the anime, where there was like a lot of speculation about the Emperor's son and Adohi having children at the same time, but one basically didn't make it and the other did, but everybody was wondering like what happened to them and stuff like that. I feel like that has definitely been touched upon, and I definitely think that a lot of people are running off of the theory that that child is a certain eunuch. Cough, 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 cough. But like, you know. Yeah. I don't want to say anything, and I'm pretty sure it's not confirmed yet, even in the manga. But like, you know, the theories are there, the evidence is there. I'm not surprised if people like run off of that theory, honestly. He is well established in the second core of the season. I love how he was established in the second core of the season. 100%. He was really, really well established in the second core. I love the fact that we got to see more of a vulnerable side of him and kind of see why he acts the way that he does. I think it's beautiful. 100%. Yeah, like there's like a shower thought about like the babies being switched up, but you know, Mao Mao is smart. Mao Mao is smart, but she respects the idea of things, like not to make speculation with no solid evidence. I respect that. I really, really do. I think she's amazing. But yeah, I love that man. I love that man to the death. He's a beautiful eunuch. He's a beautiful eunuch. But yeah, but yes, at the end of season 1, at the end of episode 1, Mao Mao basically joins Gyokyo-hee as a poison tester for herself, and she basically works under Gyokyo-hee now. In episode 2 is basically the episode where Mao Mao makes chocolate. Episode 2 is the episode where she makes basically makes well, I wouldn't say she makes an aphrodisiac, but she basically makes an aphrodisiac. She basically makes chocolate, which is kind of an aphrodisiac, and oh my god, it's so good. It's so funny too. I just love the fact that Mao Mao gets so excited about making chocolate. She gets so excited about making chocolate, which is so cute. I find 100, like, it's so cute. And then there's like the scene of her walking into the medicine like the medicine room. Is it the medicine room? Yeah, like there's like a bit where she like walks into like the infirmary and stuff, and she basically gets to see the whole filing cabinet of like herbs and like herbal stuff and like Chinese medicines and stuff. And she's just so cute. She's, you know, she's just doing her. She's just doing what she loves and stuff. But I loved the fact that most of the episode was literally about her making like chocolate, and oh my god. It's just I just thought it was so brilliant. It was the so she basically starts off with like helping like taste test like for poison for Gyokyo-hee, and I think it was like she basically does like a lot of jobs for Gyokyo-hee, and then I think it was like at one point where Jinji comes to visit, and then he basically opens up like a box of like baos. Basically he brings like a bento of like bao that he received, and he basically gets Mao Mao to like figure out if there's anything like hidden in the bao and stuff. And apparently someone basically put aphrodisiac in the bao, which is, you know, questionable, but you know, I feel like that's definitely something that will probably happen to a very beautiful eunuch like himself in the palace. And basically she realized it, and then Jinshi basically asks her to make aphrodisiacs, and she was disgusted at first, but then she was like she had to rethink about it and be like, oh my god, I actually get to make something. And then she gets like really, really excited, and then Jinshi basically allows her to like use what was it? Jinshi basically allows her to go to the infirmary and use all the like the medicine cabinets and stuff in there, and she basically gets so excited. We get to see such a cute side of Mao Mao in episode 2. All she's literally doing is making chocolate. Literally. She's literally making chocolate. She's literally just making chocolate, and she gets so excited about it. I love it. I really do. I've never seen anybody so excited to make chocolate, honestly. And then I think if I look through the manga, oh yeah, I love it, like, and then there's like, she just gets really, really excited. I just love the fact that she gets really excited. And then I love the fact that Gyokyo-hee's servants as well get really, really excited about her making chocolate. And when she's like finished making finished making the chocolate and just like put some aside for herself, like to have like as for dinner because she had like leftover ingredients to make like more chocolate and stuff. She basically just goes and makes chocolate and then just puts it aside and waits for it to dry. But then like she gets distracted by the other thing that she loves, which is like herbs, like medical herbs that are just growing off of the ground and stuff. So she just goes off and like picks all that up and stuff. And then she basically completely forgets that she made chocolate and it was getting super, super late. So she basically just goes back to the chocolate. And then like the servants that were like super curious about the servants that were like super curious about the chocolate basically had to have a taste test, and they basically had it, and let's just say the aphrodisiac work. And boy did it work. Boy did it work. Like it worked 100% worked. But yeah, I thought it was so funny. I love the fact how the beautiful bit about this episode is the fact that they glorified chocolate as an aphrodisiac so well as well. That's like the one thing I think was so beautiful. Hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome. 配信にいらっしゃい、いらっしゃい。We are currently talking about episode 2 of the Apothecary Diaries because I freaking love the show and I freaking love the story, and I just wanted to ramble on about something that I loved today, you know? I really do. But yeah, episode 2 was a wild one, and it definitely made me like rethink chocolate. Not in a bad way, but I still enjoy chocolate, guys, okay? I really do enjoy chocolate. In terms of like how much chocolate I like, I'm not a big fan of milk chocolate. I am a dark chocolate person, but if it comes to white chocolate, I actually prefer having white chocolate with matcha. I think white chocolate alone is just very, very sweet. I can't do sweet though. I can't do just white chocolate. I think it's just too sweet. So I rather have it with something like bitter. So having white chocolate with matcha is chef's kiss. Like just mwah. It's so good. I love it. How am I? I'm very good, thank you. I've had a very, very lovely day today. And now I'm just rambling on about a thing I love. You're the opposite with chocolate? Oh no! Hey, if you're the opposite with the chocolate, it just means more for me. I get more. I get more of the chocolate. Haha. But yeah, I thought it was just so funny. It was definitely an episode I watched back like a couple times because it's just, yeah. Yum. But yeah, I also love the bit in the episode where Gyokyohi gets like a little scared about the chocolate, because like, you know, she's a concubine, so she's gotta be with the emperor and, you know, and do her duties. And I love the fact when Mamo said that like a tiny piece of chocolate literally can help them, like literally can elongate it for like, I think it was like 2 times, 3 times. What did she say? I think it was 2 times or 3 times. She said 3 times. Yeah, she said it can elongate it by 3 times the normal time. I just love the fact that Gyokyohi was so afraid. And then I love the fact as well when Mama basically told them to only, like, if they're gonna be using the chocolate, only have one and be alone when they need it. They have to be alone when they have to be like, the 2 people have to be alone when they're like having it, basically. I just thought it was so good. It was so funny as well. There's also the bit where Jinchi basically becomes I mean, Jinchi basically just takes a bite of the chocolate as well. Hilariously, he just takes a bite of the chocolate as well and just kind of, you know, kind of teases Mao Mao. I love the fact as well that he really thought that he really thought that if he were to like use a little bit of like, you know, like sexual appeal onto Mao Mao, he could like get whatever he wanted. But clearly the only person that his sexual appeal does not work on in the whole rear palace is her, I mean. The only person that literally doesn't like, literally the only person that doesn't have any effect towards Jinchi's appeal, like his beautiful eunuch appeal, is Mao Mao. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's just so good. Like, it literally establishes that there's actually these types of people out there that weirdly love to be looked down upon, but kind of, you know, I guess it's the whole sub kind of thing, but it's I don't know. I think it's like S. I think it's not. Is it No, it's not misogyn. No, it's not sadistic either. I don't remember which one it was, but like it's that kind of thing where it's kind of like, you know, where he's kind of like, oh my god, she's not listening to me, and it's like having an opposite effect on him because he's trying to woo her, but in turn she's wooing him and literally doing nothing. She's literally doing nothing and she's literally wooing him. Which is so good. You love how Mama gets excited over dangerous ingredients. I mean, Mama loves to do experiments. What can we say? Like, she loves doing the things that she does 100%. She just loves doing, you know, those experiments and just you know, figuring, you know, Mama is literally the frick about to know. You know, she's literally the, you know, you can't, if you frick about, you know. The more you frick about, the more you know.
Oh, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much for the sub. 登録してくれてありがとうね。Thank you.
But yeah, I just find it so funny. She loves, like, she gets excited over dangerous ingredients, but it's because she can experiment on it. So then she can actually know more knowledge about it. She's an apothecary, so I guess like she's trying to figure out kind of like what's good and what isn't good for the body and stuff, which is good, you know. When he goes back and forth, the other goes to see his different reactions. Yes. It's the scene where he's like, where he tries to like appeal to her, but she just gets really disgusted, and then he tries it on the servants, and then they literally fall for him like in seconds, and he goes back to Mao Mao, and then Mao Mao's just kind of like, no. Yeah. Low level of misogynism, exactly. Hey, there are people that you know, there are people that are into it. Be you. Literally, if it makes you happy, you got it. You got it. But yeah, episode 2 was so funny. It definitely chocolate was definitely like the big thing about episode 2. Yeah. And then we head to episode 3. Yeah, episode 3. Episode 3 is the episode where basically someone reported that there being a ghost in the rear palace, but it was actually one of the concubines that was about to be let go from the rear palace. I thought this episode was so beautiful. It was so beautiful, really. I also love how kind of it was really an emotional one. It was really quite an emotional one now that I think about it, because the concubine in question basically had a sweetheart that was at war. I think it was. I think yeah. She basically had a sweetheart who was at war, and basically she was. I guess she just wasn't happy in the rear palace, so they basically she was basically being, I wouldn't say sold out. Well, they kind of made it to be like that she was about to be sold out, but she really wasn't gonna be sold. Like, she was just being let go by the looks of it. She just looks like she was being let go. But yeah, looking back at like oh wait, hold on. Do I have it in the right order? I do, yeah. Yeah. I think it's because she just got I think I don't remember if it was like depression. I don't remember if it was depression or just like if she was just missing her sweetheart and stuff. But yeah, she basically pretended to be not well, or at least not be fit to be a concubine anymore, to the point where she basically gets sold off. But of course she didn't want to get like sold off to like any old random, you know, like any random person. So her sweetheart basically bought her. And there were just a bunch of rumors that were going on in the rear palace where she was like, oh my god, she's being sold off, blah 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 blah, and stuff like that. And in the end, we then realized that it was actually quite a sad story, and she actually got like she basically got the happy ending she wanted, which I think is like good for her, literally good for her, because she literally got what she wanted in the end, even though she like started getting like a bad reputation in the rear palace. But in the end, she got what she wanted. She literally got what she wanted, and she had like a very very happy ending, and I thought that was beautiful. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was genuinely so beautiful. She literally sacrificed a high position. She sacrificed a high position just to be with the man that she loves. That's beautiful. That's wonderful. She's doing what she loves, and I'm here for it, honestly. And then I think there was a bit which kind of made it slightly sad, for me at least, when they were seeing her off, and Mama was with Gyokyo-hee, and Gyokyo-hee was like, is it weird that I'm slightly jealous of her? And I was like, I was kind of like, right, because she's got yeah, she was kind of, I don't think it's been established yet, but she's got a bit of I think this gets established in the next season as well. We get to know a little bit more about Gyokyo-hee as well in the next season, which is going to be good. But yeah, I like when she when she said like, is it weird that I'm the bit where she was like, is it weird that I'm slightly jealous of her? I was like, oh, that hurts a little. Because it basically sounded like she didn't get a choice to be where she is at the moment. It genuinely felt like it was just all politics. It was just all politics. But I think we actually know where she's from. Yeah, we know where she's from, but like with the fact that we know where she's from and kind of why she's in the rear palace, kind of like, you know, it kind of hurt a little bit when I heard her being like, is it weird that I'm slightly jealous? And then Mao Mao kind of kind of like disperse the tension of her being like, you know, being slightly jealous and stuff. And it was just kind of like, oh, like, I mean, she's having a good time, you know. Gyokyo, he's still young. She's having a good time. She loves solving these mysteries with Mao Mao as well, while Jinshi keeps putting these requests in. So I think she's having a great time there. I think she's just trying to make the best of it in the real palace, honestly. Her literal role is to be a concubine, you know. Her literal role is to be a concubine, and she has a daughter. The thing is not, she has to still play the role. She still has to smile and wave, no matter how sad or like down she is. She still has to smile and wave because she's one of the 4 princesses. She's one of the 4, well, not 4 princesses, but she's like one of the 4 top concubines, literally. She's got to play her role. So yeah, it was a sad episode, but at the same time, it was beautiful. That scene at the end of that concubine that left with her sweetheart, like on top of the hill, just kind of chilling together back to back. No, back to back. that scene of like her and her sweetheart like sitting back to back on top of the mountains and just kind of chilling, and her being like super comfortable. I thought it was beautiful. I genuinely I felt so good for her. Like, I was just like, good for you. You got what you wanted. You got yourself out of a sticky situation, and now you got what you wanted, and now you can live a happier life. I just thought it was beautiful. It was great. It was brilliant. 100%. It was brilliant. I need to drink water.
Yum yum yum.
Okay. Oh my god, we got 24 episodes to go through, and I'm only on episode 3. Oh no. Okay. I might like skim through a couple of ones, but you guys, look, I love this show, okay? I can't just skim through these things. Okay, episode 4, yeah. Next episode is episode 4, where basically the emperor basically orders Mao Mao to go check on Lifa Hime. Yeah, episode 4 is basically the episode where Mao Mao gets ordered to go look at Lifa Hime, because basically her health is taking like a downturn because of that face powder, which they basically banned in the first episode. They literally banned the face powder in the first episode because they found out that it was poison. And then they figured out that the servants were actually like... They figured out the servants were actually hiding the face powder so that like Lifa Hime could look good and stuff. And Mao Mao got like all like really upset about it. And it's just like, oh my god. Honestly, they're so... Like, why? Just like, why? Why did she have to do it? Like, surely they could have seen how bad her condition was, right? Like, it was even like, I know like I know it's in anime and stuff, but like even in like the anime and even in the manga and stuff, it was established so well as to how ill she looked and how pale she looked. And it was just that thing where like the fact that like Mama really wanted to like really wanted to help her, but like her servants weren't allowing her to because like she was an outsider. Meh. She was an outsider, so she couldn't do it. Like, she didn't know the best for Lifa Hime, blah, blah, blah. I just thought it was just snobby, honestly. It was just so snobby. Like, no. I'm literally saving your master's life. Let me do what I'm doing. But I genuinely thought she had every right to be angry at the servants. Like, when she found the face powder. I genuinely thought she was like, she genuinely had a good reason just to be angry at her servants when she found the face powder in in the drawer and found that she had face powder on her face as well, because like they literally established that it was a banned item, and the fact that they still had it because it was for the sake of for the sake of Rifahime. No, that's not like, follow the rules. There's a reason. Did they not realize that literally the reason why she lost her son at the beginning of the show is because of the face powder? And surely her servants wouldn't want her to like go through that pain again, you know? Like, why would they want her to go through that pain again? Of course not. So it's just it was, yeah. I just thought it was, yeah, it was very justified anger. Oh yeah, 100%. It was very much justified anger. 100%. And then I just love the fact that after after they realize like what they've done and stuff, and basically let Mao Mao like do her thing, like she basically helped Rifahime come back on her 2 feet, and she basically did it, and Rifahime basically like respected her so much because she literally just saved a life. Literally, she's literally being an apothecary. She's literally doing her job, the job that she literally trained for with her adoptive father. And I think it was beautiful. Like, it shows that Mao Mao is capable of many things. It shows that she's capable of many things, and I think it's just like, you know, it's very good character development. Oh yeah, they're all scared of her 100%. And they have, weirdly, like, it's not that they have every right to be scared of her, but they should be. Like, they, at this point, like, they don't know, they're not doing their job. That's the problem. So yeah, they, you know, they might as well be scared of her. They might as well be scared of her because they're not doing their job. Not good enough, guys. Not good enough. And then we get episode 5. So episode 5 is the garden party. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I love episode 5. Oh my god, episode 5 is so good. Episode 5 is the garden party, which basically oh my god, so the first I got really excited for a moment. So like at the beginning of episode 5 is literally where we see Jinchi sparring with Basen, and ladies and gentlemen, we get the first scene of Jinchi being shirtless, and that is how down bad I'm gonna be about this episode. And then like he's like sparring and stuff, and then this guy basically comes in and thinks that he got burnt and stuff, but basically there's just a bunch of minerals that got like kind of mixed in with like wood and stuff, so then he got like little flaming fireworks and stuff like that. And then what the heck, oh my god, and then what the heck happened? I just got so distracted by shirtless Jinshi. What the heck happened again? Oh yeah, and then after that, if I could figure out where the heck I am, oh yeah, they were basically getting ready for the garden party, and Mao Mao basically gets like Mao Mao basically gets forced into dress. Mao Mao basically gets like forced into dress, and she basically gets like she basically gets into character for the garden party and stuff. And like the garden party is always like a big thing because every concubine has like oh my god, every concubine has like a reputation to hold. So like all the servants have to make it all the servants have to make sure that their princess is basically like top at the top at the garden party, because it was the first garden party where all 4 concubines were gonna be there, including Li Shuhime, which is like, I think she's the pure concubine. I think it was again, yeah. she's like the pure concubine. So like it was the first time that all 4 concubines were gonna be all together at the garden party, so it was gonna be a big one. Yeah, I just thought, like, guys, you know that scene where like they're in the pavilion and then like the Gukyo, he looks like really, really pretty, and then Jinshi goes to do his rounds with all the concubines and being like, I hope you're ready, and just like give greetings and stuff to the party and stuff. And then he goes to Gukyo, and then he tries to tease Mao Mao, but then in turn it happened again where Mao Mao teases him because she's so pretty and stuff, and then he gives like his hairpin to her, and it's just really
Oh, this is so cute.
It's such a good scene.
I love it so much.
Oh my god, it's so good. It was so beautifully done in the manga, and it was so beautifully done in the show. I love it, I think it's great. It was such a good episode. I love this so much. I just love, like, episode 5 is a very key moment for Jinshi and Mao Mao, because it literally shows that Jinshi has basically declared that he will like protect her, because he's basically established that this is the girl that I like, this is the girl that I want to protect. And like, I know it kind of has like I guess it kind of has the shoujo kind of feel, but at the same time it doesn't, because it's not shoujo, if you know what I mean. It's that kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it, but like, it's that kind of thing where it's like, basically there is a relationship established between the two of them, and I think it's beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
And then I think like this episode as well is where we get to see a little glimpse of who Jinchi actually is, which is a nice tease when I think about it. But oh my god, I got so excited for episode 5. Not but like, like like, oh yeah. And then next episode was what was the next episode? Oh yeah, the next episode was the actual garden party, where basically we meet all the concubines, and basically they figure out that during the garden party someone was trying to poison one of the concubines, and we kind of get to see a more childish, well, not a childish side, but like we get like introduced to like Li Shuhei, who is like a very much like more of the childish side of the concubines, probably because of how young she is. Like she's quite young. I don't remember if they've established her age in the show or in the manga, but she is the youngest out of all the concubines. Yep. And I'm not gonna touch on that any further. But yeah, we basically figure out that someone was trying to poison one of the concubines in the garden party, and yeah, it kind of like, well, I don't think it centers. Oh my god, sorry. I don't think it centers around Li Shuhei, but I think it's because Li Shuhei was like one of the concubines that we haven't really established a character yet for, which is why I think it kind of surrounded her as well, because her servants weren't the best people. Nishuhi's servants weren't the best either. So we kind of got that established as well. But I think it was quite good to see kind of like how different like concubines had their like servants and stuff. Cause like you'd think like each concubine would have like very similar servants to like their needs as well, to make sure that their concubine looks like, you know, looks professional, looks royal and all that. But apparently not like each concubine has a servant that doesn't you know, doesn't really abide to, not like abide to the rules, but it's more like they don't really follow a certain procedure for them to care for their concubine, or to care for their master at least. I think that makes sense, but yeah, but no. We just find out that Lee Shuhi's like servants are just really mean and just really bully her a lot. I mean, it is quite obvious from the first episode that we see them as well. So yeah. But no. Yeah. And then it was the bit in the garden party where basically Mama gets super excited about it's that scene that everybody was waiting for, where like, you know, she has like her mouth like kind of covered up with like a napkin and stuff. It's the one with her like in the pink dress. In the pink dress? And like, yeah, in the pink costume. And like it's the one where she's like looking up towards the camera and it's like, this is poison. これは毒です. That is, oh my god, that line in the trailer, pure magic. 100. It's pure magic. It's so good. And then there's like, I think it also, like, episode 6 also kind of shows a little bit more of the like, well, not like the relationship, but like it kind of weirdly, I find that it starts off very one-sided in season 1 with Jinshi and Mao Mao's relationship, because it really shows that Jinshi was showing his emotions more towards Mao Mao than Mao Mao did towards him in the first cour, definitely. And it's kind of, I think like the bit that establishes it in this episode is when Mao Mao goes to the well to rinse her mouth out, and Jinshi basically just turns around and goes to her and like brings her to the infirmary and stuff just to make sure that she was fine. But hey, look, the man cares. The man cares about the girl, you know. Oh yeah, also we meet Lihaku, don't we? We meet Lihaku as well, where like he gives like the hairpin to Mao Mao, and then Lifa, he also gives the hairpin to Mao Mao as well. I think it's so good. It's so nice. It's so good. But yeah, that was the garden party, and then the next episode was they were basically trying to figure out like who basically put poison in the they were trying to basically figure out who put poison in the food for the garden party. And then after that, it was when Mao Mao requested to go home for like 3 days. And then she used Lihaku as I wouldn't say like a pawn, but she basically had like a trade offer with Lihaku for her to go home for like 3 days, and it was basically just to offer one of the 3 princesses at the Verdigris house. And then that's kind of, I think that's like where we established that Lihaku just loves piting. Lihaku just loves piting, guys. Piting is beautiful. Let's just say this. Piting is definitely very beautiful, and she is very good at what she does, but oh my god, like he is in love. That is what he is. He is 100% in love. And then we have like and then I think we might be able just to skim through a couple of episodes as well. So there's like, it's I think it's like when she goes back. Yeah. And there's like the episode where like she's trying to figure out like well, like kind of like a poisoning, yeah, like a poisoning case that happened in one of the rooms, which I think was episode 8. And then episode 9. Oh, episode 9 now. That was, I think that was the episode where they where it was like one there was like a lady who basically jumped into the river, and they basically had to figure out if it was her doing the deed or if it was someone else that did the deed. And it basically started off I think that's the episode that basically started off what was it? It basically started off a whole story about Adohi, I think it was. Yeah, it basically started off the whole storyline about Adohi as well. But it was the episode where like oh my god, why am I trying to figure it out? It's basically the episode where they're trying to figure out the murder mystery. And yeah, there was that bit where I think the bit I'm trying to get to is in episode 9. It's that bit where she's in the room with Jinshi, Gaoshun, and yeah, it's like it's the room, like it's the red room where she's with Jinshi and Gaoshun, and then they were like talking about like really deep things, where it was like Mama was like asking if she were ever to be executed, if she could be executed with poison. And then there was just a whole thing where Jinshi got like super upset about it. It was a very strong episode. That one was another strong episode. Like that was, I feel like in this show there are so many points that there's like so many key points that establish certain relationships with two characters, but at the same time establishes kind of the status of everybody. I think it's just like the amount of power that is like shown through, like not like shown through, but like the amount of power that is like expressed through the anime. I think it's like they did a really good job. But yeah, episode 9 in that red room, that was some powerful stuff. That was so powerful. Too powerful, honestly. It moved my heart. 心が響きました。Oh yeah. But yeah, that was probably the highlight of episode 9, where like it was that bit in the room with Jinshi and Gaoshun, where like she basically asked him if she were to be executed, if she could be executed with poison. And it very much established the status of Mao Mao and her just being a servant, and Jinshi being like a high level, like being like a high ranked person basically. But yeah, it was some strong stuff, dude. It was really strong. It was real emotional. At least for Jinshi, I felt, because clearly he didn't want to hear that stuff. That was probably stuff that he did not want to hear. 100%. The dude's, you know, the dude loves the girl, so surely he doesn't want to hear that sort of stuff where it's like, if I ever, have to be executed in any way, can you make sure that it's poison? Cause like what? Like he doesn't want to see that happen to her, you know? That's the thing. But hey. At least that's it was like the one thing that she could like beg for. I think that's the one thing she would beg for, honestly. But hey. Anywho's, I mean, like honestly, after a very heavy episode for episode 9, we then go on to the honey episode, and oh boy. Oh boy. Where do I begin with the honey episode? Where do I begin with the honey episode? I think that we learned that Lee Shuhime is we learned that Lee Shuhime isn't like the biggest fan of honey, all because of the influence that Adohi's servants have basically put on her, and then there's just a bunch of stuff that relates to kind of Adohi and kind of who she is and kind of what position she was in. It was definitely a good introduction episode to who Adohi really was and like what kind of concubine she is. But I think the one bit of this episode that doesn't get out of anybody's mind is the bit where Jinshi basically puts his fingers in freaking honey and basically tries to tease Mao Mao. But at that point, he was kind of going over the borderline, and let's just say Gyokyohi isn't happy. Let's just say Gyokyohi is just not happy at all about it. And Gaoshun was basically like, you know, I'm gonna turn a blind eye. Like, he's my master. I can't really tell him to, you know, I can't really tell him no. I can't really tell him no, so, I'm just gonna leave you to be. But the fact that that happened and Mao Mao actually realized, why, like, Lee Shuhei like didn't like honey and like how it was connected to the potential, like, I wouldn't say like murder case, not really murder case, we still don't know what happened then, and then to the point where like she was like, I can't believe that was like the trigger for her to figure out what the heck happened in that case. And then like he literally stopped at a point before he would touch Mao Mao, and Gyokyo he had to come in literally at the right, like, the exact right moment and just be like, and and just be like, what the heck are you doing to my servant? Like, huh? Like, huh? And then she just got so angry, and then he basically ran off like a child. It's adorable though. I just love that Jinshi just shows like a more childish side whenever he's like alone with Mao Mao.
I adore that, you know. I really do.
Was expecting him to just put it on her cheek and then lick it off a little, just to say. Oh man, I love how a lot of you guys like to crack out the dad jokes here. There's so many dad jokes that happen here, guys. I'm baffled. The blonde guy from the Host Club anime. Oh, or like Oran High School, like, yeah, Oran High School Host Club, yeah, 100%. He's got a little bit of element of that in there. I do agree on that. I really do. And then what was the next episode? Oh yeah, and then oh. This is the alcohol episode. Wait, no, it's not the alcohol episode. It's the what the heck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's the episode where basically Adohi gets like a one-to-one confrontation with Mao Mao about like just, you know, just general things that are happening around the place, and I think in this episode specifically, we get to see a very vulnerable side of Jinshi. At least one that we haven't seen in the show for like the past episode so far. It's the bit where like Mamo basically climbs up the wall and finds Adohi also drinking alcohol on the wall, and they basically just share it 1-to-1. And it's clear that Adohi wasn't happy, but I think at the same I think she wasn't happy with the position that she was in, and I think she kind of regretted being in the position that she was in for such a long time. But I think at the end she kind of resolved what she wanted to kind of kind of rant out, I think is the best way to put it, that kind of thing. Yeah. It's the honey episode, and then the new lady with the lessons is Mama's teacher. I think episode 11 is the bit where we find out the reason why Adohi's son basically didn't make it, and it was because one of the servants was it was basically because one of the servants and like one of Adohi's like closest servants were basically feeding the baby honey, and you're not supposed to feed the baby honey because honey has like a toxin that babies can't handle. And then she was basically taking the responsibility of her son basically not making it in life. Yeah, that was honestly, that was quite a sad beginning to the episode. It was quite an emotional episode, to be fair, overall, like episode 11, because you have that from the servant, and then you've got Adohi basically dusting like a long history off her shoulder. And then you have the bit which is kind of my key point as well, because you guys know I adore Jinshi, but there's that bit of the episode where basically Jinshi was like having drinks with Adohi, and then because Adohi basically left and told him to go, when she came back and she was like basically when she basically sukirishita, she kind of cleared her mind and stuff. At that point, Jinshi basically just like bumps into Mao literally, and he just has like a moment where he just becomes very vulnerable. Like he just becomes very vulnerable, and then he just becomes very like overstimulated, where he's just kind of like, I just need a moment to like chill, basically. Like he literally just needed a moment to be like, I need to calm down, and like, because he just like if you think about his position in the rear palace, Jinshi is and it's established in the show, so I can say this, but like Jinshi is an 18-year-old. He is an 18-year-old who's pretending to be a 24-year-old eunuch in the rear palace. He is literally 18 years old, and he is managing a whole palace. Like, the pressure of that, and him being in his position, and him knowing his actual position and like his actual status as a person, like there is definitely like a very big pressure on him to succeed. And the fact that like he's been through so much, and there's just so much that had happened in the first 11 episodes of it, really shows how much Jinshi actually has to deal with. Like being an 18-year-old and running a whole palace. Like, could you imagine? I could barely manage like small things, and the fact that he's like at his age and handling all that stuff is crazy. But yeah, there was like a theory on, I think it was, I don't remember where it was, but there was like a theory where someone proposed where it was like Jinshi, because there were people that were thinking that Jinshi was getting upset at the fact that Adohi was basically going to was basically leaving, because, you know, there was like that speculation that Adohi was basically Jinshi's mother, like his biological mother. But like I found, like, there was a post by someone else who proposed the fact that they didn't think that Jinshi was getting upset by the fact that Adohi was leaving. It was more of a fact that because he's so young and he's like running such a big place all on his own at such a young age, and it like basically the pressure is basically just gone to him, and the fact that Mao Mao is literally the only person that can like help him relieve that sort of stress is like, I think it's a beautiful theory, honestly. 100%. It's so good. It's really, really nice. The episodes with manga for emotional and visual comparison. I know there's definitely panels that like were drawn in the I know there's definitely panels that were drawn in the anime which reflected what was in the manga, but there's definitely panels that are in the manga that I definitely had enjoyed more than it had happened in the anime. There's definitely parts where like I definitely preferred the manga to the anime, but there's also parts where I definitely understood, but like there's definitely scenes where they were portrayed a lot more emotionally in the anime. It was probably because of like kind of how they visually done it and how they acted out the whole scene. But I feel like it's definitely it's literally the same story. It's just how they decided to convey it. I think there's definitely pros and cons for both anime and manga, but it's definitely a personal choice whether or not, you know, you prefer the other one to the other one, and you know, it's just that sort of stuff. You'd expect someone like that to shut down all their emotions? Well, I think he's... If this is about like Jinshi and stuff, I feel like he's definitely gone through a lot. That's probably what it is. He's just probably gone through a lot, and the fact that he had Mao Mao as a point to basically get stuff off of his chest and stuff, I think it's beautiful. It really is. I love the fact that I love the fact that she also allows him to do it. But clearly at the back of her mind, there's definitely the thing where like, oh, he's like in a higher position than me. He's literally a higher rank than me. I can't say no. That kind of thing, you know. But yeah. I'm just happy he got it off his chest, honestly. I love the theory about the fact that he's just, you know, he's just kind of going through a lot. And he is. He definitely is.
Hi, Chuo. Hello, Chuo. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Hello. Have I seen the abridged of the fan-made comic? Is this the is it GX? I think it's the GX version, because I know there's the BG manga version, and then there's the GX manga as well. I haven't read the GX manga, but I have read all of the BG manga. That is what I have so far. I actually have the physical copies as well. I actually have the physical copies. But yeah. Look up YouTube. Ooh, I will do that. I will probably have a look at it afterwards. But yeah. I think it's after, I think in that story, I think it's after all that kerfuffle, after all those kerfuffles and stuff, basically comes up to like the last episode of the first cour, which is such a freaking turning point. oh my god, this episode, man, after having such a heavy episode like literally the week before, and we get this episode next, I was so happy as well. Oh my god, it was such a good episode. It was also such a good point to like where I think it was also another episode where we basically establish another key point for Jinshi and Mao Mao. 100%, because it was the episode where they basically found out that Ado, his servant, basically hired a lot of like, well, not hired a lot, but like hired kidnappers to kidnap like, you know, girls into the rear palace, and Mao Mao was incidentally one of the people that was part of that whole operation, so she had to leave and basically go back to the Vertiger's house and be and basically do a part-time job there, you know, basically be a part-time yeah, just, you know, just do part-time at the Vertiger's house. and then it's just the whole episode of Jinshi just sulking at the fact that he didn't keep her in the palace. He could have said no. He could have said he can stay, but he had to sulk about it. But no, I felt really bad for Gaoshun as well. Gaoshun had basically had to watch he had to basically watch Jinshi grow up, and the fact that he talked about how like Jinshi was like very picky with his toys, and the fact that and the fact that Gaoshun basically then understood that Mao Mao wasn't actually just another toy to Jinshi, like Mao Mao was actually someone special to him. It was beautiful, you know, it was very, very beautiful. And then I think the bit that basically was the giant turning point in the episode is the bit where they all get invited to party. Well, not they all get invited, but like the princesses go to like this private party, and Mao Mao basically tags along as her part-time job, and lo and behold, Jinshi is at the party, and she figures it out, and she basically hangs out with him, and she basically just sees how miserable he is, and they basically have a conversation, and they just have like a very sweet one-to-one. I just love that. They basically just have a very sweet one-to-one, and yeah. And then there's like that whole bit where he's like, can I touch you? And she's like, no, because it's the rules. And then she had to like let him do it because he's kind of a higher up, and like weirdly she still has that thing where like, you know, he's kind of still, you know, in a higher position, so he could literally do anything to me. So then she's like, okay, you can, but only with your fingers. And then the whole kiss scene, man, that he's not getting away with that. He's not getting away with that. Like, you know what was even, you know how I got much, like, you know how I got damaged even more with that episode? I was in Japan when that episode aired. I watched it live on TV. I watched it live at the first airing on TV in Japan when it happened. And oh my god, I had to keep my excitement on the down low. I couldn't. I just like that like exchange of a kiss scene happens, and like that's like the first time when Mao Mao actually gets like flustered at his actions, or like at least at his like appeal, you know, towards her. Like that is like the first time that she basically gets flustered at the fact that he did that thing. And it's just a thing where it's just like, now we've established a higher relationship, like we've like established a more in-depth relationship between those two now. And when I watched it live, oh man, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep after the episode. I was like, oh. And then I think it was literally the next day where it was literally the next day where I met up with my friend in Japan, and I was just like, dude, like, did you like I have not slept. Like, I haven't slept as much as I wanted to, but like, I watched this the other day and it happened, and I'm just so happy. I literally had the best day on that day as well when I was in Japan, because it was the episode aired like at night at like 1 in the midnight as well. So like on that day, it was a Saturday as well, so I met up with a friend that day and we basically just hung out in Akihabara and like Shibuya and stuff. And then like in the evening when I finished dinner and just went back to like my hotel rooms and stuff just to like chill, I was literally mentally preparing for the episode because I knew what was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. I was just like, like, I need to like be careful. I need to make sure I'm not gonna like freak anybody out and stuff. And then I watched it and then I freaked out, and it was just beautiful. Oh my god, you guys need to understand, watching the first broadcast of an anime is something special. It really is. It's so special. I loved it so much. Get the water in. Pa, 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 pa. But no, yeah, that episode, man, that changed me. It changed me so much. It was beautiful. It really was. I had to have my friend like hold me back from like buying more merch. I bought the manga, okay? I definitely bought the manga. Leave the manga's fine, okay? I bought the manga and it was good. Let me live with the manga at least. But yeah, that was like the first. That's basically the first cour finished. That's basically the first cour finished, which I find like the first cour had basically like given us like a good in-depth kind of like look into what is it? It basically gives us like a good in-depth into like kind of who Mau Mau is, what kind of mysteries happen in the rear palace, and all that jazz. But then comes the second cour, where I think a lot of people were trying to establish, like, well, not, they were like, it's not like people were trying to establish, but like, I think the second cour was promoted more to be a cour where we got to know the characters that have been established in the first cour, especially for like Mau Mau and Jinshi and kind of their relationship as well, because a lot of the OPs and EDs well, not a lot of them, but like all of them, all the OPs and EDs in Apothecary Diaries, if you actually read the lyrics to them, it basically hints towards the relationship that Jinshi and Mau Mau have. I think some people are saying that Love is Medicine is a song from Jinshi's POV about Mau Mau, which kind of makes sense, you know. Love is medicine, Mau Mau, that kind of connection there. And then I think it was the second cour, the OP to the second cour as well is also something similar. But in terms of the second cour, personally, I think it was a really good cour to basically establish how much further Jinshi and Mau Mau's relationship has become. 100%. They're like that. Their relationship, like, even though it's not romantic, it's definitely blossomed to like where they're basically like partners in crime. Which is, I'm here for it. But yeah, even in the second cour, we get a new concubine, which basically replaces Adohi, and let's just say she's a mysterious one. She's quite a mysterious one, 100%. She's quite mysterious. I mean, we don't even get to know her that much in the second cour either. She kind of just shows up. She's here. And then literally in the last episode, we find that I think it's her father? Yeah. Her father's like an official as well for like the country that she came from. Or like at least from the region that she came from. And I think that's literally all we know about Loran-hee. Yeah, that's literally all we get to know about her in the anime. I love the fact that they just kind of established her. I mean, she does come in roughly like at the time that the anime did it in the manga as well. But yeah, I just love the fact that she kind of just showed up and then kind of just was dotted in between episodes and then didn't really have anything to do with like the whole storyline for the second cour. But she's definitely, I feel like she's definitely going to be someone who is who's definitely going to have a bit more like, we're probably going to have a bit more of a dig in towards who Loran-hee is in season 2. But we've got to wait for that. We have to wait for it, guys, you know. Unfortunately, we have to wait for it. But yeah. But what else? But yeah, I think the second cour was just, in terms of knowing or getting to know Mao Mao more and Jinchi more and their relationship and kind of what barriers kind of block them to have their relationship kind of grow. I feel like that's definitely something that has been explored in season 2. There's like the bit where like they go out together and like Jinchi's in like the disguise and stuff, and we also meet Nakang. Now I won't lie, they very much painted Nakang as a very bad guy at the beginning, and I understand that. I mean, he kind of is. But it's the fact that his story gets so sad along the way, and it's just I can't, like, what was it? Was it episode 23? I think it was episode 23 where we basically establish his backstory with Mao Mao's mother, and like why he basically messed up the whole thing and why he basically just wants to be with his daughter. And I just think like he's like, what, like we know he's like a good guy, but there's just, I think it's just the personality that he has. It's just the personality that he has that doesn't help it just doesn't help the situation. That's probably what it is. But his backstory is so sad as well. Like, he can't recognize faces, so his uncle had to like train him to recognize people by gold pieces and like chess pieces, which is quite tragic. Honestly, it was a pretty sad backstory, honestly. I mean, to be fair, in his backstory we find that like Mao Mao's mother, I think it was Fengxin. I think it was Fengxin. I think it's Fengxin. Hang on a minute. I have the books to figure it out. Why am I not checking the books? I'm pretty sure it's Fengxin. Oh, Fengxin. Yeah, Fengxin. So like she's basically kind of like, we find out that like you know, she had like a hard time and stuff, but like basically like she's a courtesan. We need to remember that Fengxin is actually a courtesan. So she definitely has like rules that she has to keep as a professional, because she was like literally one of like the top courtesans at the Vertigo's house as well. And the fact that she couldn't admit to her emotions towards Nakang, to the point where she basically had to drive herself to insanity. And the fact that he couldn't even catch on to the fact that the fact that he couldn't catch on to the fact that she was in love with him as well was quite sad, honestly. But it's kind of like it was the thing where it was like where he basically the bit where he basically sees Feng Xing's face like for the first time clearly meant that he had like a deeper relationship with her as well, because he actually recognized her face. That's the thing, he recognized her face, which means he like, you know, there's actually something going on there. But the fact that she had to go through so much turmoil and basically get ill and not be the glorious courtesan that she was before, and have the child, like, and have Mao Mao as well, she had quite an arc as well. And the fact that Nakang couldn't be there to support her and stuff, and like he knew he fricked up, like he knew he definitely fricked up when he received so many letters and her like one bit of her finger and Mao Mao's like and Mao Mao's pinky as well in the mail. He knew he fricked up at that point, and like clearly he felt bad as well. But I feel like he also did the thing where he just basically locked up his emotions about it until the final episode, where like he had to buy out basically Mao Mao like won the chess game. Was it chess or Go? It was chess. Like when Mao Mao basically won the chess game with him, and he basically had to buy out a courtesan at the Vertigo's house, and ultimately Mei Mei being the good girl, she basically was like, you need to make sure you're choosing the right thing or you're making the right decision. And basically he basically made his decision and bought out Mao Mao's mother. Literally no hesitation whatsoever. I also love the little hint that Mao Mao left for him, like with the blue roses. She preserved the blue rose, and basically like the message was like, even if it's like, you know, even if it's like, I don't know, even if it's like whittled down like that, there's still beauty in it. And that was definitely like a huge hint towards her mother, basically. He could only see her after she beat him. Oh yeah. I think it's because he was just so good at the game, and he finally found somebody that could actually like beat him and be like an equal competitor. Probably like interest his peak. Interest his peak? No, piqued his interest. It definitely like was something that probably like piqued his interest as well. And the fact that she was also like a courtesan as well, probably also made that kind of like, you know, that's probably where it kind of came in as well. Him breaking down in the rain was pretty sad. Yeah. I think also it was also the, what was it? It was the bit, I felt bad for the grandma that runs the Vertigo's house as well, because like even she was like, you know, even she was grieving as well when Feng Xing basically decided to lose all her value as a courtesan. Because she basically decided to go ahead and have the baby because, you know, she fell in love with the guy who she had the baby with. That's the whole story. But Yeah, it was just they had a very tragic backstory, and I'm glad that they have the ending that they deserve. Even if they threw like a giant party and like they didn't even see who got bought out and stuff from the Vertigo's house, I just thought it was beautiful.
It was pretty. But yeah.
But no, other than that, I think in terms of Nakgang and his backstory and kind of why he's the person he is today, I feel like another thing that was, and going back to the point I was trying to put on earlier, because I'm very good at getting distracted, I think there's like one bit in there where they basically what is it? There's like it's basically like the whole core is basically about Jinchi and Mao Mao and getting to know them a lot better. Mao Mao definitely is probably her family side, and then Jinchi is definitely more of like what position he actually is in at the moment and kind of like what he needs to be aware of because of him being in his position. But I'm just happy that he gets to have fun with Mao Mao, honestly, because I mean he bought out Mao Mao. He literally bought out Mao Mao from the Vertigo's house, so technically Mao Mao is actually his by contract too. So yeah, I think it was also like a small detail as well in the show is that Jinchi could never say that Mao Mao was his until the final couple of episodes. I don't know if anybody's realized that as well, but Jinchi was always called Mao Mao the Apothecary and never actually his own apothecary. But he became very possessive towards the second cour, like towards the end of the second cour, which is good development. Yeah, it's very, very good development. I'm very happy for him as well, because Jinchi it's definitely established as well where like Jinchi basically talked about how like he never really got what he wanted like in life as well. Like he's in his position, he has to fulfill his duties and all that stuff, and the fact that now he gets to basically Mao Mao is someone that he basically got to choose to be with him, or like at least be by his side as well. He's definitely like, it's definitely clear that he just wants, like, the thing that he wants now is actually with him, and he wants to keep that and treasure that because he never really got that like privilege when he was younger as well. So I think that's really, really like it's beautiful to see that. They go on a lot of adventures together. I mean, there was the seaweed episode where basically Jinchi made Mao Mao throw up all the poison that she taken up from all the seaweed. There was another episode where he basically got to dress up in disguise and basically go on a date with Mao Mao out in the red light district. And then there's just a bunch of shenanigans with him and Mao Mao in the second cour. Definitely the big point for those two is the purification ceremony, and like the whole thing about like the giant bar basically about to drop on his freaking head and literally unalive him because someone basically made an assassination attempt. And the fact that Mao Mao, and she was warned before, she was definitely warned before not to work off of instinct. Loman always told Mao Mao not to work off of instinct and always work on if there was solid evidence on it. But this was pure instinct. This was just like, it was 100% instinct from her. But it's the bit where she basically just saves his life. She literally saves Jinchi's life. Like, she didn't even realize like that until the very end, where she basically just faints on his lap and he basically just carries her out of the temple, which is a super strong scene in Cour 2. It's definitely one of the key moments as well, where Jinchi basically just like, he literally hime dakos, like princess carries Mao Mao out of the temple and all the way to the well, not even all the way to the infirmary. He literally carries Mao Mao all the way back to his room. He carries her all the way back to his room so that she can actually rest properly. That is how much he cares about her. Literally. That is how much he cares about her. And it's also like, what's so powerful about that scene, and it's like, I think it's episode 19? I think it was episode 19. Yeah, it was like episode 19 where he basically was carrying her out. What was so powerful about that scene as well is the fact that he carried her out, walked out of the temple, literally with everybody looking at him, carrying her like that, and she's literally unconscious. She literally has no idea what's going on, and her leg is still bleeding. She's literally leaving a trail of like blood as she's walking, like as she's being carried out of the temple. There's like, what's so powerful is that everyone is still bowing towards him. Everyone is still bowing towards Jinshi, which then establishes the fact that he is a lot, like he's technically a lot higher in the position that he currently is in. So like, you know, there's also like hints of like, you know, someone of royal blood that is in that temple, who is in that ceremony during all the, you know, during all the purification and stuff. So there's just that thing where they basically kind of hint towards the fact that someone very noble is in there, and if, you know, there is a ruckus or some chaos that happens to that noble, you guys will, you know, basically get executed for whatever accident happens. And lo and behold, it had to be Nakkan that comes in and actually helps Mao Mao to get to the altar to save Jinshi. Like, huh? Like I get the whole thing, but like, you didn't have to hit a girl just to be like, you know, just to establish dominance. Cause the fact that you know, the fact that that guard hit Mao Mao and Nakkan was literally behind her when it happened. Clearly he wasn't happy. He was 100% not happy. He literally just witnessed a man whack the absolute heck out of his daughter, and it's literally his daughter that he treasures so much. So like, yeah, like that man has probably lost his job at this point. Nakkan has definitely done something to that man. I don't know what, but like, you know, he's definitely done something wrong. I need water. What? Yum yum. But yeah, I feel like one of the most powerful scenes in that episode is the bit where Jinshi basically just carries Mao Mao back to his room. But one of the most significant points in that scene is the bit that everyone else is bowing towards Jinshi, but the only person that wasn't bowing towards him was Nakkan. And I think it's because the fact that Jinshi was carrying Mao Mao down the stairs, through the whole courtyard, just to like give her aid, basically establishes the fact that Jinshi is more possessive over Mao Mao now. Like, Mao Mao is definitely like his, like he's definitely like established that she is mine now. She's not yours, she is mine. And like, you know, we like, it's kind of like a, I don't want to say it's like a turf war, but it's kind of like a turf war, you know. It's kind of like a turf war, but at the same time it's not a turf war, you know. But it kind of is to those two, at least. It's kind of like a turf war towards those two, unfortunately. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? But yeah. But no, I think it's very much, there's very much a big closure to what Jinchi and Mamo's relationship is in the final episode of the season, because you know, they have the whole scene on the top of the roof, and just the second half of that episode, it just warms my heart so much, because it was the one episode I really wanted to see animated, and they did it beautifully. They did it so well. It was just so beautiful.
Hi, Killian. Hi, yo. Hello. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Irashai.
When he was carrying her, he could have gone a lot faster. Hey, look. I know he could have gone faster, but listen. Listen. He literally just gone through, like, he was so confused about what happened in that actual ceremony, you know. He was so confused about what actually happened in that ceremony. I understand why he basically took it slowly. It's definitely also a declaration of dominance, is probably why he walked so slowly, but at the same time, I understand why you probably thought he had to walk faster. I understand why you probably think he had to walk a lot faster, but listen. Listen. He needed to declare his dominance over Mao Mao, okay? Mao Mao is his. That's what he needed to do. But hey. Hey, that's wonderful. Hey, at least, you know, nothing too stressful happened, hopefully. But hey, welcome to the stream. Welcome. I'm literally just spewing a bunch of rambles about things that I love at the moment. And I've been going on it for about 2 hours now. And don't worry, I've been drinking water.
But yeah.
It was definitely a beautiful scene. But yeah, back to my point about like the closure for for at least like I won't say like closure, but like it's more like now we understand what the relationship of Jinchi and Mao Mao is together. The amount of closure that we get in the final episode of this of the season it's just so pretty. It's so beautiful. For context or like for reference, episode 24 is chapter 40 in the BG manga. So if you guys want to read the manga as well, it's chapter 40 in the... I'm pretty sure it's chapter 40. Hold on. Hang on a minute. I need to double check this because I'm pretty sure it's chapter 40. If I can find it. I need to make sure I'm quoting the right thing. It is chapter 40. So yeah, if you guys want to actually see it like in a different like view, if you want to see like if you want to see episode 24 and that specific scene in kind of like a different vibe, in the BG manga it's actually chapter 40. So if you guys want to read that, like, feel free, because it's drawn beautifully. It's done so well. But chapter 40 was definitely the one chapter I really wanted to be animated, because it's so beautifully done in the manga. And the fact that chapter 40 was literally the season finale, it made it even better, because we basically got the closure of we basically get the closure and the establishment of what Jinchi and Mao Mao's relationship is now, in a professional level and kind of in a personal level as well, which is like it was so good. She the dance that she did on the roof is on the wall. It's not on the roof. The dance that she did on the wall is just so pretty, and they did it they animated it so well too. I can't, it's just so pretty. I think I've watched that scene like over and over again so much. It keeps popping up on my timeline as well. I'm just kind of like, I won't hesitate to watch this over and over again. Like I said at the beginning, episode 24 is my Roman Empire. Episode 24, the second half of episode 24 is my Roman Empire, 100%. It's so good. I can't, like, it's just done so good. Like, it's done so well, animated so well. The insert song is so good as well. I'm listening to that insert song every day now. It's such a good song. And then the fact that, like, there's like a raw conversation that goes on with Jinchi and Mao Mao on that wall, and it's such a raw conversation too, where it's just like the two of them in a very chill environment, and it's just, I thought it was just so beautiful. It was so good. And then they had to end the episode with Mao Mao asking for that that medical like thing, the ox. I forgot what part of the ox it was, but like basically that like really rare ox gallbladder that she wanted. They had to end it with that, and it was just so good. It was done so beautifully. So they had to animate it like she was about to like make a move on Jinchi, but actually she was literally just about to ask for an ox's gallbladder, which is so funny. It's such a pretty scene, but it's just, oh my god, yeah. I can't get over the scene, honestly, 100%. It's so good. It is my Roman Empire, literally, 100%. It is my Roman Empire. Oh, hello Rez. I hope you had a good day at work, and I hope you're rested or on your way home. I don't know which one it is. just remember to drink water, okay? How Jinshi just slid down was badass. Dude literally superhero landed at the bottom of that wall with Mao Mao literally in one of his hands. Like literally one arm holding Mao Mao, the other one just kind of holding on, well not like holding onto the wall, but like sliding on the side of the wall. Literally. He literally superhero landed just to stand up and Himedako Mao Mao again because of her because of her stitches bursting again on her leg. But no, I just thought it was so raw. Like it was such a raw scene to see them both like that and just be super comfortable with each other. Like he gave her a head pat on the wall. Like he literally gave her a head pat after like he basically caught her before she fell off the wall. It was so natural. That's what I loved about it. It was just such a natural thing that happened. It was beautiful. But no, Cour 2 was definitely yeah. Cour 2 was beautiful. I know it was like, I feel like Cour 2 was definitely more of like I wouldn't say like information overload, but we definitely got to have more establishment on the characters that are basically the two main characters in the show. Oh yeah. But yeah, I guess that's all I can say about the show, cause I did want to just base today's stream off of the anime only. I know that there are some who are reading the manga. I know that there are some who are also, you know, like reading the, I know there's some that are reading the GX, And I know there's some that are reading the BG, and I know there's some that are also reading the light novel, but because the anime was more like running throughout the season as well, and there's definitely people that were watching it as well. I was just kind of like, you know what, I'll just base it off of the anime basically.
So yeah.
But no, guys, I honestly, I love this show so much. I love the show. I love how it was done. I love just how it was kind of, yeah. I just thought, like, I thought the animation studios did such a good job with it. I love the fact that I love like how the like voice actors did like their bits as well for the show, and like they're all very, very talented. It's definitely one of my favorites, 100%. But no, I definitely recommend it to everybody to everybody who kind of just wants to have like a new show to watch. Apothecary Diaries is definitely one to put on your list. I totally haven't been trying to get other people to watch the show. I totally have not. But yeah, that's kind of my whole take on the show today. Honestly, today's stream was just like, I just wanted to ramble on about it because it's such a good show. That is literally it. It's kind of more of today's stream was more of like I just wanted to talk about my favorite things kind of thing. And then Apothecary, like yeah, Apothecary Diaries had just finished, and basically I was like, we're gonna have a good talk about it. And I have rambled on for a good 2.5 hours about it, and yeah, I think that's good. I think that's the best closure you guys are gonna get from me about the show. But yeah. Oh yeah, I definitely haven't. 100%. I clearly haven't been pushing anybody to watch this show. Nope. And whoever says otherwise. Anyway, but yeah. It was a bit of a ramble. It was a bit of a ramble stream today, honestly. Gotta get it off my chest, you know. Just gotta get it off my chest and have some fun. That's all.
Oh yeah.
But no. I mean, for those who actually watched the show, did you actually how did you feel about it? That's what I want to know. Cause it's such I don't know, cause I'm basically going into this. I watched the show knowing what was going to happen, but I definitely know there's like people that basically started this show not knowing what was happening and stuff, like at least not knowing much of the story just yet. So I'm just kind of curious as well as to like how other people thought about the show. I've definitely had kohais messaging me being like, oh my god, this show is so good. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's really good. I love it when they're just kind of like, oh my god, I'm getting really, really interested. I'm just kind of like, yes, join me. And then I'll just like fully rant on them being like, have you seen the new episode? Look, my kohais are they love me, okay? There's a reason they are my kohais. There's a reason they are my kohais and still my kohais. But yeah, they I had one kohai like message me when I was when it was like season 1, like not season 1. I had one kohai like message me towards the end of cour 1, and And like she was like, yeah, the story's like super interesting. Like I'm probably gonna pick up the manga as well. And I was just like, yes, join me. I was like, yes, you need to come with me. Let me spill all the deets on you. I was really happy about it. Yeah. But yeah, that's my take on the show. I say my take on the show. I literally just rambled on about something I love. That was literally it.
But yeah.
I genuinely can't wait for season 2. Season 2 is gonna be so good. I feel like, okay, not to give any like spoilers away, but we've been left off at a very good point at the end of season 1. That is what I'll say. We have been left at a very good point at the end of season 1, and season 2, if they're gonna cover the same amount of content in season 2 that they did in season 1, it's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very interesting. I have a feeling that they might scurry over to the light novels after. Well, I mean, they probably were working on the show through the light novels as well. But I feel like the second season will definitely leak over towards the light novels, if they're going to be covering the same amount of content that they did in the first season. So hey, if you're looking for a light novel to start, you got your pick. Totally not forcing on you or anything, but like, you know, it's there. But yeah, but no, I think I've done enough rambling for you guys today. I really enjoyed this show. I really did. I really enjoyed the show, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, today was just kind of like a, oh my god, the show finished, now let me spew all the deets on you guys kind of stream. But yeah, I hope you guys like it. I mean, like, I quite enjoy, like, you know, just having like a downtime with you guys and just chatting and stuff.
Yeah.
So from my knowledge, from what I remember, the anime covers light novel volume 1 and 2. I think the next cour should be starting at the beginning of volume 3. But if you would like to have like a small recap as to what had happened, there's no harm in reading the last couple of chapters of volume 2, is what I'll say. I mean, be my guest if you want to read the whole thing, because it's actually really good. It's really good. But honestly, be my guest if you want to read it from the beginning, because it, like, the story will definitely come off like with a slightly different vibe from the manga or from the light novel as well. So if you kind of want like a slightly different approach to the story, then definitely start from the beginning. If not, and you just kind of want to continue the story, I would suggest starting from if you guys want to do the light novel, it'll be volume 3 of the light novel. If it's the manga that you want to start with, because I only read the BG ones. I only read the BG mangas. If you want to start with the BG manga, then it should be volume 9 is where you should be starting off. That is where you should be starting off. But yes, if you're gonna read it, please enjoy it. It's a really good story. It's a very good story. There's literally the light novel is about to release volume 15, guys. Volume 15 And the BG manga literally just released a volume 13. We are getting some stories. We're getting some stories and a half, and I'm very excited.
But yeah.
I guess I think I've rambled on enough, guys, today. I've rambled enough. I think you guys have heard me ramble on about the things that I love for a very, very long time now. So I think it's time for me to let you guys go enjoy the rest of your day. I know it's quite a short stream today, but I've been talking for like 2.5 hours. I've been talking for 2.5 hours. I need to have the water, you know, I need the effect of the water to activate for me. So yeah, I think I think I'm gonna end it here today, guys. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I hope not joking. I'm joking. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining me here today, guys. Thank you. 本当にここまで見てくれた方、本当にありがとうございました。そして登録した方と、グッドボタンを押した方と、メッセージを送った方と、リアクション使っていた方、本当にありがとうございました。また次の配信でお会いしましょうね。Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for listening to me ramble for such a long time. I hope you guys were comfortable. If not, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to ramble on a bit today, honestly. Cause it's I'm just happy, you know. Yeah. But no, I will let you guys go enjoy the rest of your time zone.
So yeah.
Thank you so much for watching until here, guys. Thank you so much for the likes. Thank you so much for the new subs. Thank you so much for keeping chat rolling, and thank you so much for the reactions as well. It's always very lovely to be with you all here on a mighty fine Wednesday. There will be a stream on Friday. Whether or not there will be one on Twitch in the afternoon on a Friday, I'm still trying to figure it out. Probably will be one. I will tweet it out anyway, so you guys can check it out on the tweeters. But yeah, I'll let you guys go enjoy the rest of your time zone, and hopefully I will see you next time. Alrighty, guys. それでは皆さん、お疲れ様です。
またねー。